$38 million burned. That is the headline number behind Baqi, and it tells you almost everything you need to know. This was an AgTech startup trying to fix agricultural distribution with a marketplace model. On paper, it sounded promising. Connect producers, distributors, and buyers in one place, remove friction, and unlock a huge market. That is the promise of every marketplace. But in agriculture, the real world is messy, physical, and expensive. You are not just shipping software, you are dealing with inventory, quality, logistics, and trust. And that is where the business model starts to crack. Because every order needs coordination, every exception needs a human, and every human adds cost. If your margins are thin, that kind of operational drag becomes fatal very quickly. And that is exactly what happened here. Growth could not outrun the burn. The company died from unit economics, not from lack of ambition. That distinction matters because bad economics kill even good ideas.
So the real question is not, what was the idea? The real question is, how do we build this correctly today?
That is where FarmOS comes in. Instead of building another capital-heavy marketplace, FarmOS becomes the operating system for small and medium agricultural distributors and cooperatives. That is a very different business. It is software first, not logistics first. And that shift is what fixes the unit economics. The stack starts with Next.js and React Native, so one codebase can power web and mobile. That means less engineering overhead, faster iteration, and lower maintenance cost. Then Supabase handles Postgres, authentication, real-time subscriptions, and storage in one place. That gives you a serious backend without the complexity of managing everything yourself. For hosting, Vercel gives instant deploys, global CDN delivery, and edge functions. And Cloudflare workers push logic closer to the user, which matters in emerging markets. Lower latency means a better user experience, and better user experience means better retention. Now add computer vision with RoboFlow and TensorFlow Lite, and the phone can grade quality on device. That is huge, because you are not sending every image to a costly central server. You are reducing bandwidth, reducing cloud cost, and speeding up the workflow at the same time. That is the kind of leverage the original company never had.
FarmOS is designed to remove manual work from the most expensive parts of the operation.
That is how you protect margins, automate what can be automated, and keep the human layer focused only where it adds value. So the rebuild is not just a prettier product, it is a fundamentally better operating model. That is the difference between a startup that burns cash and a startup that compounds value. And that is the lesson from Baqi. If the economics do not work, the story does not matter.
Build for leverage. Build for automation. Build for unit economics from day one.
If you want more startup autopsies and rebuild breakdowns like this, subscribe now. And if you're building in AgTech, study the stack, study the costs, and design the business before you scale the product. That is how you avoid becoming the next cautionary tale.